The East African nation of South Sudan is home to the Dinka tribe, which primarily resides along the Nile River. Traditional agriculture and animal farming are their professions. They are among the tallest tribes in Africa, along with the Tutsi of Rwanda. The Dinka man's average height is 6 feet. The largest ethnic group in South Sudan is this tribe, which makes up around 18% of the total population. They are structured into numerous independent clans that relate to one another but lack a centralized authority. One of the melodic languages of the Eastern Sudan language family is Dinka. I want to share with you some further fascinating information about this African nation. In addition to this tribe, it is a location with distinctive landscapes, nature, wildlife, and culture. But there are also several social and economic issues to be resolved. 1. South Sudan is the youngest country in the world, having only declared its independence from Sudan in 2011 following a long-running civil war. 2. The nation's economy is based on its huge oil reserves. But because it lacks access to the sea, it must route almost all of its oil pipelines through Sudan, which has resulted in a number of wars and temporarily stopped oil production. 3. The majority of South Sudanese people are farm workers who earn less than $1 a day. 80% of the population lacks access to sanitary facilities, and many people have straw roofs over their heads. 4. Traditional homes are known as tukals. They're often made of twigs and mud with straw roofs, and they have circular shapes. 5. When there are multiple potential matches for a woman, it is normal to bribe a man with cattle for the chance to marry his daughter. This is because wealth is typically assessed by livestock. 6. The country has the highest illiteracy rates in the world, with only 16% of children attending school and only 1.9% finishing primary school. 7. The people of this multilingual nation speak more than 60 indigenous languages as a result of the diversity of their linguistic origins, which stem from various ethnic groups. 8. Giraffes, buffalo, lions, elephants, and antelopes are just a few of the many animals that call the region home. One of the largest wildlife migrations in the world takes place in Bama National Park. 9. Approximately 1.3 million antelopes are believed to roam the landscape of Boma Park in search of lush pastures. To help its economy, the nation has made an effort to draw tourists to this area. 10. Established in 1986, Boma Park is a protected natural area that has 8,807 square kilometers of plains and grasslands. The Mongala gazelle, tiang, and white-eared kob depend on it as a vital haven. 11. Buffalo, elephants, African leopards, giraffes, oryx, antelope, cheetah, eland, zebra, gazelle, bongo, lion, and Nile lechui are some of the other major creatures that call the park home. 12. It is one of the 27 nations without any inscriptions on the UNESCO list of World Historic Sites. 3 locations, however, are on a preliminary list for nomination. 13. The Boma, Bandingilo Migratory Landscape, which consists of 2 national parks famous for the migratory phenomenon of the megahertz that travel concurrently, is one of the locations that could be added as a World Heritage Site. 14. Although the official weights and measures system in this country is the standard metric system, several places additionally employ a somewhat varied system that is based on Egyptian and British standards. 15. The ghost marriage custom is one of the more recent tribes, where a man could marry a lady in place of his deceased brother. Children born from this union will be regarded as the descendants of the deceased, with the ghost being the acknowledged father in society. 16. The Mundari tribe consists of ferocious warriors and livestock ranchers. Nothing is more important to them than their cows, with whom they live close by. The Mundari practice wrestling at all ages because they find it to be an enjoyable pastime. There are wrestling clans with well-known wrestlers all around the nation. 17. The items that are secured and kept protected the best for avoiding robbers are cows and firearms. Cows are widely utilized as payment in a variety of transactions. 18. The Azandu tribes still practice polygamy, allowing men to have numerous wives. In the past, they would gather so many women that young men had trouble finding someone to settle down with. The totemic beliefs of these clans state that after death, the body's soul transforms into a totemic animal. 19. The Bimba are polygamous people who are split into 40 matrilineal clans. Although the first wife holds particular status, they have some of the most intricate funeral ceremonies among Bantu speakers. 20. The Barai society is divided into freemen and serfs, with the lower caste made up of blacksmiths, hunters, and other such groups. The 150 patrilineal clans, for the most part, are made up of free men. Both men and women go through an initiation ritual that involves having their bottom incisors removed. 21. In the past, the Shilluk lived in harmony under the rule of a divine king. The tribe was separated into commoners, royal servants, and slaves, in addition to several royal castes. 22. Anuak members of a lineage reside in the same village and are connected by patrilineal clans. Each village has between 200 and 2,000 residents from many unrelated clans. In contrast to other clans, the Anuak practice monogamy. 23. Oral expression, which is used to creatively portray folklore and myths as well as to narrate history and traditions, is one of the most significant kinds of cultural expression among South Sudan's illiterate populations. 24. Several events like birth, puberty, marriage, and death are all marked by ritualistic rituals and rites. Scarification and tattooing are popular forms of ceremonial ornamentation. 25. Among clans that practice polygamy, this tradition is regarded as a useful way to add more familial relationships, such as mother-in-laws, in order to build a wider support network. 26. Although divorce is increasingly widespread in the past, it was shameful to end a marriage because it disrupted the network of connections that had been built. 27. The most often used foods in the nation are cereals like sorghum and millet. Added to this is a large range of locally grown fresh fruits, vegetables, and legumes. 28. Kisra, a big flatbread that goes with various meals, is a favorite among the foods eaten in the countryside. Another popular dish is a sorghum-based porridge that can be served with meat or vegetables and is made entirely of mashed beans and spices, to which additional foods are added. 29. The Zandi are well known for being skilled craftspeople. They produce spears, knives, and shields. As a result, they were able to conquer other nearby tribes and spread the Zandi civilization widely. 30. Modern-day Zande are well known for their wooden, clay, and iron crafts. Some people use paints that are acrylic, water-based, or oil-based in their products. 31. There is a classic musical genre where singers perform without any musical accompaniments or with only sporadic drumming. Sudanese fusion is a popular musical genre that combines African and Arabic beats. 32. Wrestling contests are used as a part of events recognizing the conclusion of the agricultural season, and spectators take part by singing and dancing in support of the contestants. 33. Basketball is a widely popular sport in South Sudan, where Manute Bol and Lul Deng are two well-known players on the world stage. 34. Manute Bol, a member of the Dinka tribe, was the tallest player in NB history, standing at 7 feet 7 inches. 35. The Dinka worship a single god known as Nyalek, who communicates with them by briefly possessing chosen people as messengers. 36. The initiation ritual, which involves leaving a mark on the forehead with a sharp object, is how young Dinka become adults. They receive a second name associated with the color of a cow during the event. 37. Although the nation was one of the soccer powerhouses in Africa and soccer was extremely popular there, matches were halted due to the long-lasting civil war. As a result of government initiatives to get more kids interested in the sport after the war, soccer started to regain popularity. 38. With over half of the population under the age of 18 and 2/5 under the age of 15, South Sudan has one of the youngest populations in the world. 39. With a high fertility rate of 4 to 5 children per South Sudanese woman, the country's population is primarily under the age of 30, making up approximately 73.7% of the total. 40. Although the country's name means Land of the Blacks, a strange trend that has gained popularity in recent years is skin bleaching. Authorities have responded by launching initiatives that encourage young people to take pride in their black complexions. 41. A number of well-known models, including Alec Week, Awing Chul, and Nayakim Gatwech, have dominated the fashion industry as Afrocentric beauty standards gained international recognition. 42. To boost its budget and provide for the fundamental requirements of its population, the nation depends on aid and donations from nations like the United Kingdom, the United States, Norway, and the Netherlands. 43. Family ties are very important to the nation, and people frequently reside near their relatives. In the majority of communities, communal dining is a common practice. 44. One of South Sudanese culture's strongest beliefs is that children must devote themselves to the same professions as their parents. 45. The first kid to be born in South Sudan after it gained independence was given the name Independent. Sadly, the kid only lived for a little over a year. 46. Due to the lack of paved roads and a limited communication network, the nation has essentially no tourism infrastructure. Before gaining independence, the territory experienced severe racial discrimination from the former governing regime. 47. Nimule is a stunning national park that once housed the white rhinoceros, which is now extinct. The park has a 256 square mile area and is close to the Ugandan border. 48. South Sudan is home to some of the world's hottest places, making it important for people to dress in very light, loose clothing to allow for airflow because it is hot there for the majority of the day. It is usual to see teens wandering or playing naked because traditionally only the private areas are covered. 49. The Sud Swamp is one of the biggest wetlands on the planet. The sun enlarges to a total area of around 50,193 square miles. During the rainy season, intertwined channels that move positions annually carry water. Papyrus grows in dense clusters in the shallower waters, eventually becoming so big that they temporarily resemble islands. Have any of these South Sudan curiosities caught your attention? Which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and if you have any other information to share, please do so. Don't forget to spread the word about this video so that more people can learn about the world's youngest country.